What's up, guys? This is Mike here at Casino Comics. Just thought I'd do a little video on the slabs that I have. I don't have many. I didn't get it in the part of the collecting until after the pandemic. Just started wanting to preserve some of the books out of childhood, some of my memory books, as I call them. And most of these will be Daredevil. I have some Amazing Spider-Man, some signature series too, but most of them is Daredevil because he just intrigued me growing up as a blind superhero doing what he was doing. And if you don't like Daredevil, might as well stop watching now, but you can go ahead and hit that like or subscribe button. Appreciate it. All right, let's start it off right here. Daredevil issue number 12 is a 6.5 off-white to white pages. Now, when I say this is from my childhood, I don't mean I bought this book off the rack. I'm not that old. Okay, but I did buy them as a teenager growing up, and they was a lot cheaper way back then. Nowadays, you know, you had to pay an arm and a leg for some of them. But yes, it was first book out. Let's see. Right here, Daredevil issue number 3. It's a 4.5 off-white to white pages. First appearance of the Owl. Now this is Daredevil issue number 5. It's off-white to white pages. Minor costume change, and it's the first appearance of the Matador. You might have seen the Matador on the She-Hulk series that was on Disney. I didn't think it was that good, but he was on there. And here, might have seen this on one of my shorts. Daredevil issue 150. 8.0 white pages, signed by Jim Shooter. Now, I was just experimenting with the signature series. I was thinking if I'm going to send a book in, I might as well get it signed too by the artist that worked on it. Some of these signed. I guess the next one, growing up, I can't remember when the show was, probably in the 80s. They had the Nightman live action series, so I got this Nightman versus Wolverine. It's a 9.6 white pages. Steve Englehart came up with the concept of Nightman. When I saw that he was having a signing, I sent it to get signed, and he signed it in silver right there, 9.6. All right, next one, of course, Daredevil. Daredevil issue number 6. 4.0 off-white pages, the origin and first appearance of Mr. Fear. I just like Daredevil's old yellow costume. I don't know. As a kid, it was just, I don't know, funny to me, running around in yellow tights. Here's Amazing Spider-Man. Issue 168, published in 1977, 9.6 white pages. Second appearance of the Will-O-Wisp. It's one from my collection. Thought it'd be high grade. I just sent it in. Like I said, I really don't know if these books are worth anything. I don't keep up with that part of the collecting. It's just my collection. Now here, I saw this. I had to have this one to fill a hole in my run. For some reason, I just didn't have it. It's CBCS. It's a 6.5 white pages. I got this off of eBay. I can't remember how much I paid for it. But this is when the Frank Miller art begins in Daredevil. Thinking probably, I don't know, I cracked a couple of books out to get signed by the artists, and they come back lower grade than they was when they went in. And I don't know if I'm going to do that again, but if he has another signing, I might crack this and get him to sign it. Speaking of books that came back as a lower grade. Now here, when I bought this, I had to have this one to fill a hole too. This was a PGX 6.5. I bought this off eBay for like $125, $130. And I saw that Klaus and Frank Miller was having a signing, so I got them both signed at the same time. And his first appearance of Elektra, published in 1981. It was a 6.5 white pages, but when they got through, it come back as a 4.5 white pages, which is okay with me. Double signature, first appearance of Elektra. In the first couple of weeks, when we was on lockdown, of course, it was like everybody else. I was bored, couldn't do nothing. And I started reading comics again. I started getting back into it. A1 Comics in California was having a live sale, and I had to have this one to finish off my top 10. Like I really had to have 1 and 2, but I don't have 1. Daredevil issue number 2, published in 1964, 4.0 white pages. Second appearance of Daredevil and Electro. Electro's first appearance was in Amazing Spider-Man. They had this they were selling it as a 3.0. It was raw. I think I paid $2.15 for it. And I got back, I read it, and of course put it up. And then when I started getting the grading, the first one I sent off, and it came back as a 4.0 white pages. And here's Amazing Spider-Man, 9.4 white pages. Issue number 265, published in 1985. First appearance of Silver Sable. She's not on the cover, but this is the first appearance inside the book. Now here, my cousin bought me this kind of book because I didn't have it in my collection. It was one of the holes I had to fill. I started back collecting. This is Daredevil, issue 131, published in 1976, 5.0, off-white pages. Origin and first appearance of Bullseye. I said my cousin lives in California. He saw it and he called. I didn't have it, so he picked it up for me. I think it's pretty cool. And here, this is just one I had to fill in the hole. Found it on eBay. $45, I believe, shipped. And Daredevil issue 144, 8.5 white pages, published in 1977. That's it. $40, it was already graded. And I have a raw issue 2 now that I read. And this one I probably shouldn't have sent in, but as I said, I was experimenting. This is Amazing Spider-Man issue 161, published in 1976, 6.5 white pages. It's got Nightcrawler appearance. And it's also the first cameo of Jigsaw. It doesn't say it in the notes, but it's the first cameo. Mike over at Lunch Money Comics, that's his favorite one, Nightcrawler. And here, hey, it's first issue of Daredevil. I bought this from A1 Comics raw, like $20. It's the Wizard Ace Edition Daredevil #1. I had to send it off to CBCS. It's published in 2003 to get the signature verified. Came back 8.5 white pages. It's closest I'm going to get for right now, but I'm going to get there. I'm saving. I'm going to probably be really low grade, but I'm going to get it. Yeah, I showed this off not too long ago. Unboxing. But this is Daredevil 111, 5.5 white pages, signed by Ryan Wilson, first appearance of the Silver Samurai. I think you can tell all of these comic books are mine by the custom labels. I did all mine with a custom label. I just like the way it looked. Of course, everybody has this book now. It's Amazing Spider-Man, issue 361. Mine's in 9.2 white pages. First appearance of Carnage. Now, the first signature series book I ever got, I saw the Chris Claremont was having a signing. I know I'm a big X-Men fan. I have X-Men books, but I don't read it regularly or buy them when I see them out there. But the only one I had, the only one I thought I, be the only person sending this book in, X-Men versus Dracula #1, so 9.2 white pages. It was signed by Chris Claremont on 4/19/22. It's X-Men versus Dracula. And Chris Claremont signed it in Storm's hair. Like I said, my reasoning behind this, I'm the only one that's going to send this book in to be signed. And this next book, kind of one of my memory books. I bought this book raw years ago. It was an eBay purchase, I believe. And I went to a comic, but this is the first comic book convention that me and my daughter ever went to. Very first one. And it was come back as a 7.0 white pages. And I had to send it to CBCS because it's Star Wars #42, signed by Boba Fett himself. He was there at the signing at it's a little convention at all places, Jackson, Mississippi, that we went to. I think that's pretty neat. And that book will stay with me forever, no matter what. It just brings back that memory of that first comic book convention. Now, the next issue is Amazing Spider-Man. It's issue 252. Probably shouldn't have sent this one in to get graded, but like I tell you, I was new at the grading, and it was part of the collection. And it came back as a 5.0 white pages, off-white to white pages. It's one of the tie books for the black costume. Yeah, right here. Amazing Spider-Man 194. Come back as a 9.0 off-white to white pages. First appearance of the Black Cat, Felicia Hardy. The next issue is Daredevil. So Daredevil issue #4, published in 1964. Came back as a 5.0 off-white pages. And it's the first appearance of the Purple Man. Oh, I watched the Daredevil Netflix series just over and over. I've got it memorized. I'm just a Daredevil geek. The next issue for this box is a signature series book too, and everybody has to have his signature in their collection, of course. This is a Spawn Batman. It's the one that was published in 1994. They come back as a 9.0 white pages. Signed by Todd McFarlane himself. I enjoyed Spawn, the cartoon and stuff. I don't have many books. I didn't keep up with it. I read it. Okay, guys. Well, this is the box #1. I might do another video. Y'all comment and tell me if you like it. If you want to see the next box of slab books that I have. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe. Doesn't hurt anybody. And I'll see y'all next week. Until then, peace.